Namaskar. Welcome to the world of mobility and the world of Omni Dell Labs. After a long time in India and in Kolkata, we are opening the doors for this wonderful program, the Omni Dell Fellowship Program. What is it? It's a place where for the first time you will get a chance to learn from the top people in the industry, and not just learn. You will get a chance to actually apply whatever you're learning on the same day on real life projects. Well, a lot of training institutes, a lot of training programs talk about, live projects and providing you an opportunity to work on live projects and all that. But this is very different, because here you are actually involved, potentially one of the most revolutionary projects or programs that is happening in the area of mobility in education. Education is one field where the mobile device has not yet penetrated and made its mark. Almost every other industry that you see has already been, or in the field of communication, social networking, all these fields have already been revolutionized by the mobile device, the smartphone. But the field of education has still not been touched or changed by any technology yet. And the mobile device has come in a manner where it can really turn it upside down. The poorest of the poor, who do not have access to good education or good educational infrastructure, can actually be reached out and their lives can be changed by good education. And that is what Omni Dell is focusing on. It has already got the support of some of the biggest institutions from around the world. Tata Trusts, one of the biggest foundations and trusts operating in the country today, is supporting the Omni Dell Labs and is funding the Omni Dell Fellowship Program. It will be a privilege for young programmers, aspiring learners, to get into this field and get what is in Bengali called hate khori, or get their first experience of learning about the world of mobility and excelling in the world of mobility using the platform of the Omni Dell Labs. The good news is that we have got some stalwarts from the industry. There are people like Shom and Sanjay and Anto, who have all been involved in the world of mobility for a long time, in the world of educational software development for a long time, with big industries, big companies, small startup companies across the field, and they are very passionately involved in the project, and they are very invested in helping build a team that can tomorrow form the bulwark or form the real foundation for changing the way in which technology provides support to education and learning. And you, as an aspiring learner, can be part of this, guided by mentors like them. Imagine what it could be if you can make the most of this opportunity. So please go ahead and be a part of this potentially life-changing experience for you as well as for all of us.
For a long time I have been involved in learning, specifically learning through technology. Earlier it used to be computer-based training, then it got into web-based training, then they coined e-learning. And now recently it has gone to mobile. So it is, as a technology involved in learning is a very keen interest for me. And there too, in the last LMS we have developed, it is mobile compliant and it works in mobile. Specifically the new SCOM, next generation of SCOM, TINCAN, also known as Experience API. It's very, very mobile friendly. It tracks not just the simple score. It can track various activity that normally happens in mobile. So those are the things we have done. So I believe this would be a good experience. When we worked on Tab Master, I think my team, I think what we did in a short period of time, what we were able to achieve in a tablet, and those days you wouldn't even see too many tablet-oriented program, which when we did it. Even now you don't see, specifically for Android platform, you don't see too many good apps which are designed for tablet. So that point of view, I think we did a good job, and the accessibility. The good thing, there is the size. It is a very right size. I feel there is a mobile probably small, and desktop or the laptop probably not portable or not user friendly. The experience probably that good, but I believe that tablet form factor, it provides the right kind of user experience to learn anything. I think that today, it's much easier than, let us say, when I came out of college. I think it's getting into anywhere, it's much more difficult today with the open source tools available, and getting the tool, meaning when we did programming, we had to buy commercial tool, for example, to even to learn or develop application on it. Today there's no there's no money involved, meaning if you really want to, if you are a motivated learner, you want to learn something, you can learn anything. I think the probably easiest way, I have learned a lot of things, mobile programming, something they didn't teach us in obviously in college. So I have learned all my mobile programming definitely on the web. Google, which Android platform provider, they themselves provide a very good video. In fact, it is Udacity, I believe. They provide a excellent course to learn from. It's available for even for mobile. Definitely. Meaning from my level, itself, if I have a mentor, even for me to do things, it will be helpful. Otherwise, someone who starts, out of college, even 1 year, 2 year, 5 year experience, want to get into mobile, having a mentor, having someone can hold when you get stuck, it will be very, even otherwise also in a corporate world, in developing itself, I feel I have seen mentoring is probably the best way to help develop anything. I see as a manager or head the technology team, I feel that my job is to untangle whenever people get stuck. So from that point of view, having mentors is really useful. I would like to see, meaning people excited by learning, excited about programming as such. You can't really do programming as a job, meaning you learn a particular skill and try to get a salary out of, never probably won't work specifically in this computing field. So I feel first you have to be interested, genuinely interested. I think the rest will follow, I feel. A good project, I mean, if you are able to, part of the fellowship, if somehow if you can include them in a real project, it might not be part of big project, meaning a small thing in a big project, that learning hello world is different, and writing a code which works in real world application is different. So you can write a program real world, or real world program is completely different. So somehow if you can merge this one, I think it will be fantastic.
The big challenges is the education background from the college, and what the industry is looking for is absolutely, there is hell and heaven distances between these two things, the expectation from the industry and what the students have learned in the college. So to give them the feeling what exactly mobility is and how to do industry specific application and mobility, it's a challenging job. Yes, the fact is that Android is based upon Java programming language, and there is huge number of Java programmers in the world. I mean, of course in India as well, and that's the basic plus point of Android programming. So anybody who knows Java can very easily jump into the Android domain. people actually get hooked to Android, because Android is running almost 90% over the 90% of mobile devices, and people have been used to use Android phones, and so when they think that they are able to develop something for the Android phone, they become really hooked to it. Yes, of course, because it has a social value, and that's the best thing. It is the best attraction of this Omni Dell project for me. It has a social value, and it can give a lot of value addition to the lowest stratum of the society. That's the best part of Omni Dell. See, basically, there is no specific rule for Android programming development, but whatever is applicable for low memory devices, that is applicable for Android devices. So there are, for example, if somebody does everything on the front end thread, then application not responding. That is one issue that is that actually haunts the mobile developer, Android developer. So these things are basically tricks, and one has to learn the hard way to overcome these problems. Actually, I was developing an animation program on Android, and that was basically pendulum simulation, because I was given a task to simulate different physics, physics motion. Okay, so there. The problem was that the rendering issue. When the pendulum was moving, it was keeping a trace of it. So to remove that, I had to research a lot in the Google, and then of course I found a very small sentence in the Google's help, Android help, that actually solved the problem. But that was a single sentence, and that's how I got rid of it actually. Be true to yourself, love programming, and you will go a long distance. I mean, you will have to spend a lot of time in front of the Google, in front of the laptop, and burn a lot of midnight oil. That's what.
I think main interest or whatever is required for a person to be successful in technology is the interest, keen interest on the subject. If the person is very interested on that, if he doesn't know anything, so there are some places or somewhere he can get some knowledge, and then he can be a successful person. But the person has to be very systematic. It is not necessary that to be successful in a programmer, you have to have some programming background initially. If you have very logical, if you can think logically, and mostly people are coming from the background of mathematics or who thinks very clearly, is always plus point for the programmer. So two things is required. One thing is just thinking logically, and you have to have very keen interest to learn something new. So mostly if you want to develop some discrete solution, it is very easy, but when we want to have so many modules to be integrated in a single platform, that is always a difficult part. So you have to be very systematic, you have to be very logical, and also you have some time frame, you have to by that time frame you have to deliver the product. So unless and until you are very systematic, it is very difficult to complete the project. But I think any ERP related or where you have multiple modules you have to complete is always difficult to implement. And one other thing is that, okay, because so many people are developing so many softwares, but unless and until it is useful to the user, then it is no use. So most of the software, more than 50% of the software is developed but not used. So we have to be think about always that, okay, the software we develop that has required for the person or the user, and it is useful. Most of the thing, there are lots of training institute where they are giving some trainings other part, but we are not giving that another training provider. We want to just give you the things which is required in the practical industry. So it is very easy to give someone, I mean, there is one Chinese proverb is called that, okay, don't give the fish, show him or teach him how to fish. So here actually we want to show how to fish, that how to you do practical programming that will be helpful in your life. Not just to give some brainstorming things to complete small things. No, it has to be challenge actually how the big things you have to be bring into small mobile form factors, and also because most of the mobile application is focused on some application, but your ERP solution is with so many modules cannot be fit in one application. So your backend system has to be very strong so that your application is not cluttered with unnecessary things. First of all, the people, whoever is interested to this, will get the practical knowledge to be successful in the industry. So you will work mostly in the real life applications which will be used in real life scenarios. So it is not that another some sample application you will develop. So you will work only on real application, and you will get the exposure with all these great mentors who will be with us.